Hi, this is Candace with KNC Lodge. I wanted to show you a smash book that I just made for a swap with a gal named Dina, and she likes vintage styles, so I tried to fit as many things that she liked. She told me that some of the stuff that she likes to use, and so I tried to fit as many of those things in. I used some of the Marian Smith from her book, and let's see, this is Colorbach. I used some of these, so I just wanted to show you some of the materials that I went in there. Here's some 7 Gypsies off the wall tags. I got some of those in there. Graphic 45 envelopes tags. Some 7 Gypsies ephemera pack. I bought one of these off of eBay. It has quite a bit of stuff still in it. K & Company. I think I actually may have gotten these from the dollar bin, but they're like nice little acrylic frames, or they're clear frames. They're pretty neat. 7 Gypsies. More tags, Gypsy tags. And then here's some of the stickers that are in there. Is from Tim Holtz Ideology line sticker book. And then some of the papers that I used were Tim Holtz Ideology, Die Cuts with a View, Tattered Time. These are great. I mean, just really vintage looking stuff. I mean, just great papers. Love these papers. Some more Tim Holtz Ideology. And some more Die Cuts with a View. I'm really liking the Die Cuts with a View. This is the Old World stack. And this again has a very vintage, these papers have a very vintage look. So this is where I got most of my papers for this project. I also have some Smashbook items that I will be including in the book. Some of these, some of the stickers and tabs, tape, the rubber enclosure, and a stamp, date stamp. So I wanted to send those with it because those are sort of fun Smashbook items. And so here's the book, and I haven't quite finished it. I'm sort of doing a few more little things to it, but I wanted to at least show you what I've got for the most part, and so I could get this video made. So I'm gonna zoom in a little bit here, and the front here, these aren't even actually attached yet. These are some wooden letters. The cover was made with a collage technique. If I can find it, I'll post that for you. But great collage technique. You use lace and this paper, craft paper. I had some newspaper from, I think this is Japanese newspaper I got from my mother-in-law, and then some more of this tissue paper, and you stamp on it, and you just stamp on the tissue paper, and so tissue papers work great. And then I also added some old vintage pattern paper from Patterns. So there's a lot of good things that you can do. Here's some more of that paper that I've stamped for this collage technique. Anyways, that's how you make the cover. And so all this stuff's going to fall off because it's not actually on here, so I'm just going to go ahead and take it off. So I haven't really decided how I want to put that stuff on there. So I just want to go through quickly, and I do have some finishing touches to put on here, but for the most part, I am done. There's lots of good little tags and ephemera, old and new. I actually have some of my older ephemera. I also, we had decided we would do an ephemera swap. So here is some of those tags. This is actually from the Marian Smith Hybrid Mini, and I just made a pocket out of it. So you can see the papers have all been distressed around the edges. Tags, like I'll probably put a little piece of ribbon on here just to finish that off. Here's some of that Tim Holtz stickers. So as you know, Smashbook is sort of plain because it's meant for the person to use as a scrapbook to put their stuff in. So you don't do a lot of embellishing. But I tried to keep the entire thing sort of a vintage, a little bit grungy vintage look so that it would, here's the top 10 page with a 1 through 10 in those Tim Holtz stickers. Some stamping there. Another pocket with some of those Seven Gypsies things on there. Again, probably put a little piece of ribbon there. Or twine. Here's a piece of lace across here. Some more of those Tim Holtz stickers. So as you can see, it's mostly plain. Just a little bit of embellishments. Here's some little tags I got in a swap. This paper is actually like a wallpaper sample, so it's sort of fabric-y. But I liked the color of it for this book. I thought that the color of it was perfect for this book. The book got really fat after I kept going, and I ended up having to use the 1 1/4 inch binder rings for my Bind It All. Here's a little tags. Another little spot. Pocket. I like the Seven Gypsies stuff. It's nice and thick. This is actually a vintage flash card. I think it's probably from the 70s. And then this is a vintage file card from a library. I bought a bunch of these from the library, and I think these are from the 60s, so somewhat vintage. Maybe not from the 30s and 40s, but there's some older stuff in here. Here's a frame that you could actually stick a picture in there. Here's that graphic 45. Here's some lace I got from Joann's. I liked it, so I wanted to include it just because I thought it was pretty. These bags I got in a swap, and I thought these would be perfect to put in a Smashbook. So they're not super vintage, but they sort of have a 60s, 70s sort of coloring and pattern. Here's another pocket. I'm also going to add some tabs on the pockets. There's 4 pockets here, main pockets, that I'll put tabs down the side. So like I said, I haven't quite finished, but I wanted to get this video made because I have so many projects I need to work on, and I need to put this aside for a little while just to get it put aside. Here's those Joann's frames, and then with the page behind it, it looks really pretty. It's distressed with Victorian velvet distress. Here's a page from a book that I got from a lady from France in a swap, and I backed it because it was so thin. This is actually packaging from a cake or something, and my neighbors said, "Gosh, I think Candace could use that." So it cleaned right up, and I thought that's really cool because it's gold on one side and silver on the other. So there you have it. I'm just about done here. This is a vintage postcard from the 1940s, and then another blank one. So I made a pocket with this one and then put a blank one in it. So some vintage, real true vintage there. This is Cavallini tape. I like that tape. Here's some from that Japanese newspaper. I love this paper. I have no idea where it came from. I think someone sent me this piece, and I just love it. I was hoarding it for a while. This is a Foster Dairy milk, the top of a milk bottle from a glass milk bottle, and I bought a bunch of these at an antique store, and I'm using them for vintage things. And then in the back I just put this little pocket and said Vintage Love, and I'll probably add another something to that, maybe like this. I haven't quite decided, but anyways, there it is. The back is just a plain, But there's a Smash book, and I don't know if we'll ever get this swap done. It seems like it's taking forever for me to make this, and I'm not sure Dina is done with hers either. So anyways, there it is, and I will be finishing this up soon. So thanks for watching.